can we actually have an exclusive coaching staff? And if so, how do you think it's best divided? Test and ODI for one, T20 for the other, or red versus white ball?
So I think red versus white would be way too much, because I don't think that the one-day cricket has changed as much as T20 cricket has. To me, obviously, if you look at now on this tour, Rahul Bhai is not there and Laxman Bhai is coaching. So the load will always be there on them. But to me, breaks with coaches, it doesn't allow you to get that continuity going in your team. So if someone else comes in, he'll run the team in a different way. For an example, in Zimbabwe, I think KL Rahul was sent to Zimbabwe to play one-day cricket, and he was going to open, but he was batting at number 3 for some reason. So that's something which is interesting, whether that communication is there or not when you are not having a T20 specialist coach. So to me, I think India should be looking at something like that, a full setup of T20, not just coaches here. We are talking about trainers, physios, everyone changes. Everyone has their own way of training. Everyone has their own way of, getting those taping done and everything. It's just not easy. Yes, they would be communicating. Yes, they would be telling the trainer that, the player is in this state and these are the things which you are doing. But then it's completely different, and it's a completely different hand on player. So to me, I think if we are looking at only T20 World Cup win, which is going to happen in 2024, I think it's about time that we should be thinking, because world is moving. Everyone, in 2015, England decided that if you want to win World Cup in 2019, this is the right time to build it and stick to it. So if India is thinking we want to win 2024, which obviously thinking, there is no doubt about it. So that's the time where you can build on this and try and get the fresh faces, fresh thinking into the system.
DK, before I get your point of view on that, Ravi Shastri had an interesting point of view on, and he obviously never minces his words. I do not believe in breaks because I want to understand my players and be in control of the team. You get 2 to 3 months of IPL, that's enough for you to rest as a coach. But other times, I think a coach should be hands-on, and was, of course, referring to the fact that VVS Laxman has taken over from Rahul Dravid for this particular series.
Look, I think as we speak, on 30th, the team is going to Bangladesh. And this series isn't going to get over till the 30th. I don't think you can be in 2 places at once. So it's very understandable that, a coach opts out of this. And that is something that Team India need to look on. I think after the 2023 One-Day World Cup, I think when the contract is up for renewal, I think it will come to a stage where split coaching is something that's a very, very high plausibility, because now with Test cricket getting a lot more, an interesting dynamic with the fact that World Test Championship is on. Every 2 years you have something to play for now, unlike before. So you have a sort of small Test Championship final that you need to be playing for, which all teams have played for. So there is some context there. So you want somebody in the Test. You will probably end up having a very different set of players playing Test cricket. Whereas with the white ball cricket, I think you will find a lot of people playing both the white ball formats, but you will see that a lot of Test players might not be part of that. So I don't mind having a different Test coach and a different white ball coach, which is something that the English team has embraced. And let's be honest, I think there are only 2 countries which play so much cricket. I think it is India and England. I think when it comes to the volume of cricket played, especially interestingly, you have certain tours overlapping as well. You are going to see coaches obviously choosing which is of more context. I think the 2 tests in Bangladesh and the 4 tests in Australia is what captain and coach are looking forward to now. Because if we win 5 of those 6 tests, then we have a chance at a crack at the World Test Championship final that happens in July. That will be their biggest priority now. And hence they have chosen to be part of those series. That's why you'll see the full-fledged teams going for the Bangladesh Test Series and for the Australia Test Series. The T20 will take a massive backseat right now, and that's the truth. And I think there are 2 years to prepare. We all know how things change in 6 months, but if it is 2 years, I know when we get to 2024, it will be a completely different team to what played here. Whereas with ODI cricket, I think soon after the Test Championship possibility of whether we're going to make it or not is done. And then what we are talking about is post the IPL, the seriousness about ODI cricket will start. What are the set of players they're looking at and how are we going to prepare for the 2023 World Cup? I think that is the direction that they will be going in. And I completely agree with what Rahul Dravid has done, because he's chosen the 2 test matches in Bangladesh and the 4 test matches in Australia as something that he needs to be hands-on with, and I agree with that decision.